Hey guys, this is Dr. Tammy Stewart from PT2Excel to talk to you about thoracic spine mobility. So thoracic spine is the part of your spine that ribs attach to. So obviously we're talking about spine, so we're in the back here. But for the purposes of this video, anything that a rib attaches to is part of your thoracic spine. So mobility of your thoracic spine is super, super important for everything, but especially for overhead lifting. Because if your thoracic spine doesn't extend, then you're stuck here, and when you go to overhead lift, you can't really get your shoulders up, and that's no good for anybody. You end up missing lifts or hurting your shoulder or compensating from the low back to try and get your arms up, and that's not what we want. So if we get better opening in the thoracic spine, better thoracic extension, then you get better overhead lifts. And who doesn't want better overhead lifts? So one of my favorite ways is to use a peanut. So this is a mobility peanut made of really top quality tennis balls here and taped together. It's really simple to make. So I used athletic tape. You can use duct tape or any other kind of sturdy tape. Gorilla tape would be a bit excessive, but would totally work as well. So just 2 tennis balls taped together. Now, if you want something a little bit more aggressive, you use lacrosse balls, but the concept is the same. So you create this little peanut shape with the balls. So the point of this is you're going to lay on this, and you want the knobby parts of your spine right in the middle of those balls. So the balls are going to be on either side of your spine. So I'm going to place this behind me. I'm going to lay on down. And this is about, for my ladies out there, bra line. For my dudes out there, just kind of lower, below the shoulder blades, but not in the low back. You want to make sure your knees are bent because that protects your spine, your low back spine, and you want the balls on either side of your thoracic spine. So I'm going to shift down just a smidge because I realize I'm a bit high for the camera. So, okay, so I'm where I want to be. If you find that you're not, just shift them up or down. Step 1 is just laying on them. Breathe into it. Picture your body just kind of melting over the tennis balls or the lacrosse balls, melting over the peanut. The idea is that as your body melts over it, the number of vertebrae that are over the tennis balls, and depending on your body size, if you're a big dude, it's going to be 1. If you're a small female or even a small dude, it's going to be more like 2 vertebrae. So gravity's pulling your body down, the balls are pushing your body up, so you're getting this really nice joint stretch at the levels that are above and below the peanut. So step 1 is just to breathe on it. If that's really intense for you, that's where you stay, and until it's no longer intense or until you've had enough. If that's no big deal, then start adding some arm movement. So up with one arm, then the other. This creates a little spinal side bending. So you get some really nice kind of scrubbing of the muscles on either side of the spine onto the peanut. It'll make it a bit more intense. When that is no longer intense, then you can move on to the next step. If this is kind of super intense for you and you're like, I don't want to go any more intense, that's totally fine. Just stay here. Just a few. The idea is that this loosens up. It gets less terrible because this may be quite uncomfortable. If it's not uncomfortable, move on to the next one, which is what I call driving the big bus. So just like this, like I'm driving a big steering wheel, this gets extra side bending. So you're getting extra scrubbing, you're getting extra joint movement while you're stretching out those joints. So it's kind of like a 3-for-1 special. So you're getting joint stretch, you're getting mobility, and you're getting a little massage at the same time. So if that's no big deal, great, move on. If that's awful, then do it to what you can tolerate. Once you're done at that level, you roll your body down 1 inch or 2 so that you feel the balls shift up to the next level up in your spine. And then you repeat. So let's say this is intense for you, you just hang out here. And maybe all you do at each level is just lay there and breathe. The idea is that you should be able to take some deep breaths. As you exhale, let your body relax onto the peanut. And again, if that's no big deal to you, then you can add those arm movements. If the up and down arm movements are no big deal, then you can add in the big bus. And then when you've done a few repetitions of the big bus, and you're ready to go to the next level, you then again just roll your body down and continue. You're going to get to a point where the balls are above the shoulder blades and you can't really get right on them anymore. At that point, you're done. The idea is that you want to go level by level up the spine to work each set of joints separately so that you get the maximum input at each level. So give that a try and see how you feel.